Okay guys, I am back once again and this is the second attempt to show you the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Yesterday we couldn't go live with the phone, but today is the first time that we are showing you the Galaxy S9 Plus live from the MWC 2018 show floor. So what you see on top is a 6.2-inch AMOLED display. The display has an 18.5:9 aspect ratio. In terms of processor, the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus both will come with two processor variants. One is the Snapdragon 845, which is Qualcomm's latest SoC, and the other is... Okay, we are back again, guys. So sorry, the network keeps dropping. I'm really trying hard. My Wi-Fi box sucks. Okay, we are going to give it a bad review. But this is the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus in front of you. It's got a 6.2-inch Infinity display, same as last year's Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. Nothing much has changed in terms of the display of the smartphone. It has an 18.5:9 aspect ratio, 6 GB of RAM. At the back are dual 12 megapixel cameras, and this time around the Galaxy smartphones, the Galaxy S series smartphones feature variable aperture. That is, both of them come with f1.5 and 2.4 aperture depending on the lighting condition that you're shooting in. So your wider f1.5 aperture will help you shoot better low light images, better bokehs, whereas your f2.4 aperture will help you shoot better portraits and better landscape. In terms of the lenses that are used here in the Galaxy S9 Plus, you have one wide-angle lens and one telephoto lens, and both phones support stereo audio, which is tuned by AKG. Phones also support Dolby Atmos and have a 3.5mm headphone jack here at the bottom, which is a great thing Samsung has done by not excluding the 3.5mm jack and giving it some love. As I told you, the smartphones have the Snapdragon 845 and the Exynos 9810. So both SoC support gigabit LTE connectivity, so you have really fast download speeds on them. Samsung claims that these are the fastest download speeds on any smartphone till now. And also the new S9 and the S9 Plus come with wireless fast charging. That's something to note. It's fast wireless charging, not just wireless charging. And there is a new wireless charging pad as well. So coming back to the camera on the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus is what is so special about them. As you can see, there's already an AR emoji created over here of my face that doesn't look anything like me, but it's just mapping somebody's older AR emoji and mapping my voice to it. The AR emoji platform is a fun thing to play around with, and Samsung says that you can also share these AR emojis with voice recordings to any other smartphone. So you're not really restricted to only sharing these between the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus smartphones. Also, in terms of the camera, you get some great features like 960 FPS slow motion. So Samsung has taken a leaf from the book of Sony and has gone with 960 FPS slow motion. I'm just gonna show you some of the camera's settings over here. So here you can see I'm in the selfie mode. There's an AR emoji mode. There's also a wide selfie mode, and when I switch the camera around, you have a live focus mode and you have a pro mode. So it's in the pro mode where you can manually switch apertures. So here you can see that there's f2.4 aperture already selected. So I can go and manually switch the aperture to f1.5, and as you can see, there's more light suddenly being let into the sensor. So that's what your aperture change is for. f1.5 is supposed to be great for low light photography, and we did test out some shots yesterday which looked pretty decent. This is the super slow-mo mode where you can record your 960 FPS videos. This is an auto mode. So in the auto mode, the aperture switches itself. You don't really need to adjust the aperture as per the lighting, but in auto mode it automatically switches between f1.5 and f2.4. There's also a panorama mode, separate mode to shoot food, which blurs out the background, and you can also shoot a hyperlapse. the key thing to note in the Pro mode is that when you click an image, you have the ability to choose how much background blur you want. You have the ability to choose between a lot of these filters that come preloaded. You have the ability to change the ISO as well over here and adjust the white balance. So I'm just going to take some more questions now. It looks exactly like the S8 Plus. Yes, while looks-wise, Samsung has not changed much on the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. As we told you, they both feature the same infinity displays that the previous phones had, and they are just a little bit brighter this time around. That's what Samsung says. The looks are exactly the same. The fingerprint sensor though has been moved below the dual cameras over here, and even in the S9 the fingerprint sensor is right below the camera, so the placement this time is much better. So let me just put that over here and go back to the AR emoji mode, because I like looking at myself as an emoji talking to you guys. Okay, let me just see some other questions. Already on the market? No, Geo. The phone is not on the market right now, although Samsung has announced global availability soon, and prices will also be revealed soon for the phones. Hello Sameer Ansari, hi to you too. So guys, this is the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, and right next to it I will show you, this is the S9, which yes, we are back. Thankfully, we are back once again, because the network keeps dropping over here. So I was telling you about the S9. It's the smaller version. It's got a 5.8-inch Infinity AMOLED display with an 18.5:9 aspect ratio. Again, the processor remains the same on the S9 and the S9 Plus. The two variants that you will get are the Snapdragon 845 and Exynos 9810. But most likely, and as tradition has had it in the past, the S9 and the S9 Plus will mostly feature Samsung's own Exynos 9810 processor. The S9 in comparison to the S9 Plus features 4 gigs of RAM instead of 6 gigs of RAM, and at the back is a single camera instead of a dual camera module. So there's a single 12 megapixel camera at the back, and it also supports 960 fps slow-mo recording. It also supports selective focus instead of live focus that you find on the S9 Plus. It also supports your AR emojis that you saw on the S9 Plus just now. So most of the camera features remain the same on the S9 Plus and the S9. The only difference is in the RAM and the screen size, as well as the back cameras, which are both 12 megapixel, but one has a single camera and the other has a dual lens at the back. Okay, let me price and availability. So price has not been announced yet for the phones, but availability will start March 16th for both the S9 and the S9 Plus. So we're not very sure if March 16th is the date in India as well, but you can just go on to digit.in and check on the availability about both the phones. So I'm guessing pre-orders should begin very soon. Okay, I don't think I told you guys about the storage on the S9 Plus and the S9. So both feature upwards of 64 gigs of storage, all the way up to 256 gigs of storage. And the good part about it, since you'll be recording 960 fps videos, you will be recording your AR emojis, you will be getting some high-end photography smart. Sorry guys for that little hiccup. As I told you earlier, we have lots of major network issues over here. I hope I've answered most of your questions.